Hello and welcome to Bullet Talk Radio's product reviews. In this video, we are going to review the Pistolware PT-2, which is a belly band holster. And the reason that I went with a belly band holster here was because I became a runner, and when I was running, I was having a really difficult time finding a way to carry my firearm both securely and concealed while doing my workout. And this is true both in the summer and in the winter. And especially for ladies, workout clothing can be really tight, especially if you're wearing compression clothing or yoga pants and there aren't any belt loops. You're not going to be walking around with a gun belt around your waist when you're trying to do a workout. So I purchased the Pistolware PT-2 and I'm bringing it here for you as a review now. I've had it since fall and I've been wearing it on all of my runs, and also at times when I'm dressing up wearing a skirt or slacks that don't have belt loops, or in the case of even with jeans where it just makes more sense or is more comfortable or even more concealable than my standard IWB holster. So I use this holster with both the Ruger LCP, which is a 380, a small mouse gun. And I also am known to use the gun with my Smith & Wesson M&P Shield in 9mm. This holster is made specifically for subcompacts and mouse guns. So the Glock G42 or the Springfield XDS, one of the Kimber Ultra carries, the LCP, the M&P Shield, any of those. The Bodyguard line would work fine with this particular holster. The holster is set up with some snaps and Velcro. The Velcro is very, very strong Velcro, but once you have the holster adjusted, they do warn that you don't remove from the Velcro, but remove from the snaps, because as you keep undoing and redoing that Velcro, it will wear the Velcro down over time. And you can see on my pictures how there's been a little bit of wear there as I've adjusted based on where I'm carrying it on my body and, frankly, the changes in my body since I've started running. And you can see a picture of the gun inside the holster. There is a ton of room available, but keep in mind that you're going to wear this most likely under another item of clothing. And it also does have a snap along the top that holds the gun inside the holster. The holster has these stiffening bars. There's two on one side and one long one on the other, and they are to keep the fabric from folding over on you and keeps the side walls very sturdy for the firearm. I've taken some pictures of myself without the holster or any gun on me so that I can provide you with a view of what it looks like without a gun on me. So kind of an A-B comparison. There's a front view and a side view. And for the purposes of this review, I am showing it to you with my Ruger LCP because 90% of the time I'm using my Ruger LCP. I try not to have anything too terribly heavy or too terribly large when I'm running because it throws me off balance. I started off showing you appendix carry because a lot of people use this holster in appendix carry. I have never been personally a big fan of appendix carriers. Something about when I bend over and the gun barrel is pointing in towards myself, or just general comfort. I just don't find it as comfortable for me and my body type, but some people swear by it. And if that's you, you can use this holster in appendix carry. So you will see by the arrows where exactly I am pointing to that has the gun on me in a said holster, both in a front view and a side view. And here you can see the holster kind of underneath my pants. And you see it's got a fairly small profile. It does add about maybe 2 inches total between the fabric of the holster and the gun itself to your belly. So when I wear this appendix carry, I do feel like I'm maybe 3 months pregnant. But that's just me and my body type. It really doesn't add all that much. Next up, I show the holster on my right hand side, my strong side. And that's where I usually wear even my IWB holsters. I usually wear them on my strong side inside the waistband. It's where I'm the most comfortable. And I feel that I can conceal it much better there. As you can see by the arrows, you really can hardly see that there's anything there. In fact, I kind of can't see that there's anything there. And that's the entire point. Also, when I run, I don't feel like I have any extra baggage in the front that's bouncing up and down. Now, this holster is actually very secure, but as I bring each leg up when I'm doing appendix carry, I feel like the top of my thighs is hitting the bottom of that holster, which makes it feel like it's bouncing up and down. And you'll see that in a minute when I show actual running with the holster on an appendix carry. When I have it on my strong side, I don't feel that at all. I feel like it's much more secure. I'm not banging my thighs into it at all. There's nothing in its way, and it's not in anything's way. So I'm just much more of a fan of having it strong side carry. And here's a shot of the holster underneath the pants. I wanted to show what it was like to draw from. I will say that for the comfort, you are accepting a little bit of a longer draw. So if you're a 1.4 second draw to on target, you might be more like a 1.6 or a 1.7. So if you're used to using an IWB and you're going to switch to using this, or you're going to use this in addition to, make sure you practice with it, because now instead of just lifting your shirt, just lifting your jacket, you also have to get in between your pants and the holster. Make sure you're finding that right spot, get rid of that snap, and get in there and get your gun. And make sure as you're pulling it out and that holster collapses, since it's not a Kydex holster, it's fabric, it will collapse in. Make sure that you're protecting that trigger when you're pulling it out. And that's going to be true of any fabric holster it's worn inside the waistband. So just make sure that you do some dry fire holster to wall or whatever it is that you dry fire at. Do some practice with it to make sure that you're comfortable retrieving the weapon. And here's a side view shot of me wearing the holster on my strong side. Now, I did a little running for you on my treadmill. It's about 20 degrees and snowing outside, so taking a camera outside on a run wasn't exactly going to work all that well. But I did so on the treadmill, and I did it with the appendix carry, and you can see that I'm not quite as comfortable, or at least I can see that I'm not quite as comfortable. I do feel like I have some extra baggage going on in the belly area. And when I'm running or when I'm doing a workout, that's exactly what I feel like I don't want. But again, that's only an appendix carry. I'm extremely comfortable with it when I wear it on my strong side. So, and again, that's going to really depend heavily on your body type. I have a little bit of a mommy belly going on up front, so it's got a little bit more to contend with, and I do tend to wear it fairly low on my waist underneath the belly button, which most likely is adding to that feeling, whereas if I wear it higher, but because of my body type, if I wear it up higher, then it prints through the shirts an awful lot more. Whereas again, I'm very comfortable with it on my strong side, and it's much easier for me at the having it lower on my body to be able to conceal it there, and making sure that it's out of the way of everything else and everything else is out of its way. And really, since I typically wear my holsters, my IWBs on the strong side, it's good that I'm going to wear this on my strong side, because that's where I'm used to drawing from. So even though the draw, the grabbing of the gun action is a little bit different between this and a traditional IWB holster, it's at least in the same vicinity. So it has that going for it. Really, I would give this a very strong positive review. I know there's a lot of other belly band style holsters out there, and I hope to get a hold of some of them and try them in the future and see how they compare. But if you are looking for something to help you at the gym or help you when you're running, whether you like appendix carry or you like a strong side carry, either way, this holster can do that for you. It can carry anything from a mouse gun through to a subcompact, and it does not move. It really doesn't bounce around at all. It's very secure. And as I said earlier, I also tend to wear this underneath jeans when I'm wearing a top that might be a little more difficult to conceal with a traditional IWB, or I'll wear it under a suit where I don't necessarily have belt loops, or if I'm wearing a dress belt instead of a sturdier gun belt, or at least a heavier leather belt. And if you're wearing a skirt, you can wear it underneath a skirt. So it really increases your capability of what you can carry with while keeping it in the same position you would normally carry when you are wearing a traditional IWB. I also imagine that if you're pregnant, having something like this, at least during your first 2 trimesters, would be advantageous. Since you're wearing elastic waistbanded pants, this really gives you a more versatile option, because I know when I was pregnant, by the time I was 10 weeks, I was already in maternity clothes and I was not wearing any belts. That is for sure. So having a holster like this would really open up my carry options while pregnant. And they do sell in different sizes. They do have extenders, I believe. So as you grow, in that case, the belt can actually grow with you. So again, I give this, if I had 5 stars, I'd probably give it a 4. A very, very strong review for this holster. I don't feel you can go wrong. Hope this video review helped you decide as to whether or not this would be a good holster for you. And keep an eye on the YouTube channel for more reviews. And also, if you are into gun stuff at all, go check out the podcast, bullettalkradio.com. You can subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and of course on YouTube.